Okay, 6 o'clock, we'll call us to order.
Heavenly Father, we just come to you this evening, Lord. We just ask you for guidance, Lord, to be with us as we try to make the best decisions possible for the district. Be with our students and staff, Lord, as they're on summer break. Watch over them, Lord. Let them rest, heal, and just enjoy the break, Lord. All these things we ask in Jesus' name.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, one indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, move to recognition of guests. We don't have any of those. So we'll go to open forum.
Okay, so every year for our ESSA application, ESSA is where we get our federal funds. We have to have an open forum and talk about the funding and what we're going to use that for each year. The first type of funding that we get is Title 1A. We're estimated to get $95,673 this year. And the purpose of this funding is to provide children with an opportunity to receive a fair and equitable education and to close achievement gaps. Typically what we do with that, it was use that to pay for salaries at the elementary school because that's our only Title I campus. Title 2A funds, we're estimated to get $20,422, and that one is to improve the quality and effectiveness of teachers and principals. And what we do with that is we take that funding and we transfer that to our Title I campus as well, so to our Title I funds. And then Title 4A funds, we are estimated to receive around $10,000. And that helps to increase the capacity of schools and communities. And we pay for like programs to help our Title I campus. We use it to pay for IXL, eSpark, Learning A to Z, and Really Great Reading. And those are programs that help supplement reading and math at the elementary school. And then Title III funding, which is like bilingual ESL. For the federal part of it, we're estimating to get $841, and we use that to reimburse to help with funding for our students who are bilingual and speak ESL. And so does anybody have any questions or comments about funding for that? Okay, so we
Okay,
close that
we'll
one.
close the public forum. Move on to new business. Consent agenda. Approve the minutes from the May 6th and May 13th meetings, and approve donation from Phillips 66 on the amount of $1,316 for elementary trip to Hampton.
Yes. We had no changes to those minutes.
All right, I have a recommendation. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion by Doug. Do I have a second? Second by Trey. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, moving on to the regular agenda. First thing we're going to do is we have to issue our oath, statements and oath to our trustees that were re-elected. The results from the election was posted on our website. If anybody wants to go see how it was turned out, probably all of our students. And we canvassed on what day was that?
It was one of our dates in our
Oh, in the second.
May 13th.
Yeah, May 13th. We did the canvas on those on May 13th. Anyway, if, according to you,
I have the oaths and the statements.
okay.
Logan and Stacy. Let's go this way.
Yeah.
Logan, Stacy.
You did though.
They have an oath and a statement. She's no room. Or do we read it?
Yeah.
can if you
Okay.
need me to do, but I'll need it.
It's like, I've never done this
Yeah,
before.
you have extra copies.
Is
I
that
just
my-
gave,
You can
I
use
gave them what
common
Tanya gave me.
Yeah, it's part of the swearing in thing.
Okay.
So do you have to do it in a certain order?
Y'all can, you can do it as one, and then it state their own name.
Okay.
So y'all rise.
Well, you have to stand
We're
and
learning
raise your
through all
right
of
hand.
this. We are. I can't, here, look, you're up here. I can see. Okay.
So I will say, and you will put your name in, I
Stacy,
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I have not directly or indirectly paid,
that I have directly or indirectly paid,
offered, promised to pay,
offered, or promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
nor promised to contribute any money
nor promised to contribute any money
or things of value,
or things of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward for the giving
as a reward for the giving,
or withholding of a vote
Or withholding.
giving or withholding
at the election at which
at the election at which
I was elected
I was elected,
or as elected or as reward,
As elected or as reward.
to secure my appointment
to secure my appointment
or confirmation,
Or confirmation,
whichever the case may be, so help me God.
whichever the case may be.
so help me God.
I further solemnly swear
I further solemnly swear
that I will not be
that I will not be
directly or indirectly
Directly or indirectly
interested in any contract with or claim against Sanford French ISD. Sorry. Interested in any contract
interested in any contract
with or claim against
with or claim against
the Sanford French Independent School
the
District,
Sanford French Independent School District,
except such contracts or claims
except such contracts or claims
as are expressly authorized
as are expressly authorized
by the law,
by the law,
and accept such warrants
by the law, and accept such warrants
as may issue to me as fees and
as may issue to me as fees
of office
of office
or reimbursement
or reimbursement
for actual
for actual
and necessary
and
expenses.
necessary expenses.
Outstanding, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, now you got to do your oath.
Okay. All right, we do those separate though, don't we, or do we do them together again?
I think you can read them one at a time.
Okay.
So can I just give it to them and they'll read
Yes,
it?
yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There you go. Yeah.
I, Logan Bidwell, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of School Board Trustee of the Sanford French Independent School District of the state of Texas, and will do the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
I, Stacy Booth, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of School Board Trustee of the Sanford French Independent School District of the state of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah, here we are.
Don't forget you have to sign.
Yes.
All right, well, we'll move on to the next item, it's reorganize the board. So at this time, we want to open nominations for president.
I nominate Rusty. I think he's doing a bang-up job.
Any other nominations?
Sam, Doug, had anything to say about Rusty? He's got all that time.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time.
Is there any more nominations for office of president? Okay, we'll close nominations on that. Nominations for vice president.
Stacy?
I nominate Chad.
There you go.
and Stacy. Any other nominations? One? Okay, we'll close nominations on Vice President. Nominations for Secretary.
Are we gonna vote on it? I will go. After?
So anybody for Secretary?
Stacy,
What?
something's got to stay.
Any other nominations? Okay. Do a show of hand vote for President. Rusty Rattle's nominated. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, Rusty, you still remain. Sonny Boy. Okay, I have two nominations for Vice President, Stacy Booth. All in favor for Stacy? Okay.
I'll vote for Stacy too.
Anybody else? Okay. Those in favor of Chad? Okay. Mr. Chad Marshall, here the newly elected Vice President. Office of Secretary, I have any votes for Stacy Booth? Shoe in. Okay. Board has been reorganized. We're going to move an item up. So number 7B8, we're going to do it next. Accommodate Mr. Carlin who showed up to talk to us about his lands.
Yes, so what started this conversation was we had received requests from, I don't remember the name of the company, to take over a couple lots near the softball field, and they were going to do that for just the $150 deed transfer, put it in one deed, and so that got us kind of talking about wanting to acquire all of the land near the softball field. That way we could probably someday, maybe we could do something with it. Even though there's the pipeline running through, we'll maybe not be able to do a lot, but maybe, having that by the softball field might be advantageous at some point. So we noticed that Mr. Carlin's name was on a lot of those lots, and Mr. Garrison reached out to him and spoke with him, and he was wanting the cost, the $10,800, which is the appraised value of each of those 7 lots, I believe. So that is up to you guys to decide whether or not you would like to move forward with that.
10,800 total.
10,800 total is what I believe.
For 7 months.
Yes, 7 lots. And in the board packet, I broke those down by the lot number. Did I put that in there?
Mm-hmm.
The lot number and the appraised value of each, which totals the 10,800. Highlighted on the map, hopefully you see the map. His lots are the ones that I've highlighted yellow. The 2 lots that the board approved already were the red lots, and then there's 2 lots that I've reached out to the city. They have those. I've reached out to them to ask about seeing if they would be willing to donate those, and or something. And she's supposed to figure out how to do that and get back with me, if that's even a possibility. So the pipeline runs all the way through all of them.
In between 9707, 9609.
It's basically to that gap where the road.
Yeah, the gap. So I do know from talking to Kinder Morgan, now they've changed the easement. It's 10 foot, I guess now, instead of 25 foot, but you can't disturb the soil. So that, wherever the pipeline is, the 10-foot easement, so that we wouldn't be able to do anything with that really. But, you know, parking is, you know, if we could clear those lots and have more parking, or, I don't, you know, I don't know what we could use it for, but
We're currently parking on his lots.
we are currently parking on his lots, so if we actually own those, it would be,
He could very well tell us not to. So,
right.
I personally feel like it's a fair thing. That's my opinion.
He's let it park there for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been,
Mhm.
ever since baseball field was built.
Well, I know, I'm in the process of buying several lots. I mean, what they're appraised at and what they're valued. I think it's a little high myself, but that's me.
Anybody else, any discussion? Any concern? We can just move to a vote. Have a recommendation, I have a motion.
I move to approve the purchase of the 7 lots owned by Mike Carlin for the price of $10,800 as presented.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Josh. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Motion passes 6-1. Okay.
So we will reach out to you and get the details and figure out how to get all that handled.
Okay,
Yes,
you've got all my contact information, I think.
yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for letting us use your property.
Go ahead.
Discuss possible action on integrated pest management threshold.
Yes, so part of our pest management system is we just have to have a threshold, which means, you know, when are we going to take action on how many pests are in what rooms? And as you can see, I've put that in there from Rex. It's just a formality to continue with creating our pest management system. It's been our system's been out of date, so we're updating paperwork and training. Rex has been going to a lot of trainings to make sure we're in compliance with the chemicals and how we handle things and all that.
I know it can never be 0 when 42 cockroaches
Exactly.
gag.
Right. 0 would be great.
Terrible.
Careful of our rats. Rats and mice.
Mhm.
Flies are horrible.
They are terrible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I have a recommendation, I have a motion.
I move to approve the integrated pest management threshold as presented.
Motion by Chad, I have a second.
Second?
Second by Doug, all in favor? None opposed? Motion carried. All right, first reading for consideration of approval of Texas Association of School Boards TASB Policy Update 127 affecting legal and local policies.
Yes, these are more just policies that went along with last summer's House bill, just updating some of the policies that went with the DEI requirements, parent notifications, but they're just like formalizing some of the little nuances in language. I don't know if you had time really to read through it. Really, it's mostly about behind-the-scenes management of the school, contracts with the school, transportation, safety, food nutrition program, how we maintain records, how we do contracts, just kind of finalizing some of those little details. I don't know if you had time to read through those. We can either table it for you guys to look into it more, or we can go ahead and move and approve these. I will say I have to have these approved before another thing I need to bring that has to be done here in the next few. Really, I need to do it in July. More about the Senate Bill 12 and the DEI, things for us to send to the state to prove that we did all their updates. So this is one of the things that has to be done before that can be done.
So legal is what it is.
It's really legal and like contracts and how I'm qualified and, yeah.
Now the local policies we have say so.
Yes, these are really mostly legal.
There's a few local.
There's a few local, but I think all the local ones we've already talked about through all of the other board things we've approved.
So just looking through there, I didn't really see any changes in the local, was there? Did I miss?
I didn't see it.
No. Mostly it's legal.
Legal, we can't
You can't do
do
anything
anything about
about
it.
it.
I just looked at the locals, I didn't really see.
No, I think it's just like little nuances in the language.
Well, it's, sometimes they gotta match, they gotta make the locals kind of match the new legal.
Yes, yes.
Really kind of redundancy and so.
Right. I was kind of shocked this actually came out, honestly. Not sure that.
Yep, okay. Any other discussion on that? Okay, I have a recommendation, I have a motion.
I'll move to approve TASB policy update 127, affecting both legal and local policies as presented.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second? Second by Stacy, all in favor? None opposed, motion passes. Discuss and possible action on 2026-2027 compensation.
All right, so Courtney and I have both been working on this, updating the compensation plan. So the actual one that says compensation plan draft, the things in there that, it's basically the things that we fixed last year. We did a lot of updates on it last year. So the things that are changed, we had to increase our insurance contribution for the employees up to $375. What was it, $325 this year? The reason we have to do that is that will help us stay under the Affordable Care Act. There's a certain amount you have to contribute, and so if we raise it to $375, that keeps us in compliance with the Affordable Care Act. On our teacher pay scale, you have to kind of differentiate with how you're going to pay uncertified teachers, and I've looked at a lot of different schools and how they're doing that. And this was one that I gathered from a couple other schools that I thought was pretty good, that the teachers basically get their 3 years to try to get certified, but if they don't get that, then it freezes their salary. They don't get any more raises. And so that differentiates how they're going to be paid, and that holds them to that standard. Like we've said, you know, you've got to get yourself certified, which we're really in a good spot with our uncertified teachers at the moment. We've got a couple that are still finishing up that started just last year, and so we're going to be good as far as having our teachers certified. I think with the incentives that we've done as far as helping pay for tests and really holding them to the fire, I think we're doing good with that. Another thing that we added in was the wrestling head coach stipend to go along with adding that position. We had so many kids last year, we had to add an assistant cross-country coach, so we went ahead and added that stipend in just in case we need that again. We also, on our GT coordinator, campus and district, we never have really had amounts because our GT funding changes, but there were some questions about that, so we added amounts for our GT coordinators. And then also, our nurses and our counselors, really, they advise you not to put them on a teacher pay scale like we have, and so what we did was we moved them to their own salary schedule and made that be like the administrators, to where they get that raise based on how the board decides versus just the step raises. And so that's kind of what they recommend. So that's as far as that actual document for the compensation plan. And then Courtney's going to go in a little bit more about, oh, and the other thing we did too, teachers. We just bumped the teachers $500 each, but Courtney can talk a little bit more about, she's got some projections based on what y'all want to do. We didn't really raise them a lot because the teachers got those big raises.
Last year, they got the
Yes.
$4,000 and $8,000 raise. So if you raise the teachers $500, based on 67 staff members, you're looking at adding $33,500 more to payroll for teachers alone. I have the numbers for the 250, I have numbers for 1,000, and I have numbers for 1,500 if you would like those.
We always, it's been pretty standard for us to do 5, right, because they get their steps and
Yeah.
everything.
We thought that that would be something for them, but then the other thing is too, our teachers do all now, starting next year, they will all have the chance to start working on that teacher incentive allotment. And so, you know, they have, you know, we give them a little bit, but then they have the opportunity to get a lot. So that's kind of up to you guys.
That's kind of where we've always been.
Yes.
And then for the at-will, so the way I figured these numbers is I kind of adjusted my spreadsheet that I had the people in and put the new people in with their amounts that they will be getting paid. And if for a chance that we haven't hired somebody to replace that, I left them in there because we're going to replace them. So the number's not in cement. It's fluid. I just wanted to say that. But the at-will, the salary base is $1,757,781.26. If you do a 1% raise, you're going to be increasing payroll for the at-will $17,370.90. At 2% is $34,725.48. 3% $52,070.26. 4% $69,435.74. And a 5% is $86,716.64. The at-will is going to be your paras, custodians, maintenance. And then on the salaried, that is going to be your director of operation, your assistant principals, your principal, curriculum director, business manager, transportation director, maintenance director, athletic director, technology director, the counselors, and the nurses. And the base for that salary was $1,345,344.64. And you see the 1% to 5%. If you would like me to read them to you, I can. But I know y'all all can read. So that's what you will be raising anticipated amounts.
We did 3 last year.
Yeah, we usually do 3.
Usually 503 is usually,
That's our average. More.
inflation hasn't went anywhere yet, but but I need a graph, because I can't read. What you said. What you said. Shit.
So you say the health insurance went up to 375
Yes, sir, from 325, so an additional 50.
size.
Yes.
What's standard cost of living rate right now?
Not in that.
No, no,
I know.
oh, Lord.
Not half of what inflation usually is.
So what percentage is groceries and gas going up?
It's not on this page.
Yeah. Too much.
I mean, we always hope it gets better, but
Right?
So
we also got to.
you're saying on the way you did your percentages and you did it like, we're gonna have about the same number of people. We're not losing people, we're not gaining people. So it's about the same number we had last year. So on our budget from last year, was that pretty, I mean,
I didn't compare it to last year's numbers.
Yeah.
I can and bring
no,
it back
it's
to
fine.
you.
I mean,
but-
this is just above. I'm just trying to think,
I mean, that is kind of what the salary was for last year.
yeah.
Or with the exception of the ones that I've taken out that have already left and replaced them with the new people.
I'm just trying to figure, and I know you won't do the budget, for a little bit longer. I'm trying to guess.
How are we looking to finish this year?
We're looking good. As far as like our revenue, it may be a little different than what we had budgeted based on the new Senate bills that went through that affected some of the funding, but we're looking good now.
Not like we more, but I think 3% stay. 503%.
Well, I feel like the construction we're doing, mostly bond, all the new things like buses, we accounted for that. So I mean, I feel like
We're spending a lot of money this year and we're still coming in good.
yeah,
So,
but we never want to
a lot of good
Go too
work.
far, but I think it looks good, yeah. I'm 3% and 5, I think that looks good still.
So that's across the board. That will,
Salary.
So it's gonna be, what, 120-ish?
82,000 for the at-will and salary, and then you add the 33,500 for the teachers.
So,
Yeah.
115, 120 extra.
I think it's fair.
I mean, I feel like we won't overextend ourselves, you know, and be worried about it.
As soon as I get Doug on praise the Lord.
It's all the time in the world, isn't it?
Okay, so we good with that? Any other discussion? Anybody have any questions?
Staying here.
Yeah, probably should be in the motion.
Okay,
Okay. So we good?
Yeah, we'll have to say that amount, but I just didn't put that in there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, well, I have the recommendation. Do I have a motion?
I move to approve the 2026-2027 compensation plan at a 3% raise for at-will and salaried workers and $500 per teacher.
Okay. Have a motion by Doug. Do I have a second? Second by Chad. All in favor? None opposed? Motion passes. Okay, consider possible action to approve 2026-2027 drug testing policy.
yes, and the drug testing policy stayed the same as we had last year, so we did not do any changes. When we did the drug testing, it was nice to be able to do that for our kids, and in the motion, I forgot to change it to 26, 27.
Okay. 20. Okay, I have a recommendation. Any other comments, concerns, questions? Okay, I have a motion.
I move to approve the 2026-2027 drug testing policy as presented.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second? Second by Trey. All in favor? None opposed? Motion passes. All right, consider possible action on the action to approve the Sanford Ridge ISD 2026-2027 athletic handbook.
All right, and this is from Coach Bennett. The athletic handbook is pretty much the same, other than page 7 in the athletic handbook. Under the section talking about participating in the athletic period, we made a few changes. Let's see. It says, as a student athlete, your primary responsibility is to be a student. Academic success is a foundation of participation in athletics. Student athletes are expected to pass all classes during each 6-week grading period. Any student athlete who fails a class during 2 separate 6-week grading periods within the same school year will be removed from the athletic program for the remainder of that school year. The student will be eligible to return and participate in athletics the following year. Student athletes are held to a higher standard of conduct both in and out of the classroom. As representatives of our school and athletic program, they are expected to demonstrate positive behavior, responsibility, and good citizenship at all times. Athletic consequences may result from reported behavioral issues at school, academic deficiencies, or misconduct outside of school. Academic progress may be monitored throughout each 6-week grading period, and grades may be reviewed at any time to ensure student athletes are meeting program expectations. We did remove some students from athletics last year who were not maintaining grades because we want them to understand that's our expectation. And I did get a couple calls from parents wanting us just to run them, and I assured them we did run them, but that didn't seem to make an impression, and so they're not useful to us in athletics if they're not passing. And so we want that language to be in the athletic handbook to show that we're serious about grades and keeping grades up, and we're going to follow through with that. Because we did it last year, but we want it in writing. And then page 12, where it talks about on the field and court conduct, we did have to follow through with this last year as well. but it wasn't in writing, so we put this statement in there. Student athletes are expected to uphold a higher standard of conduct both on and off the field of play. Any disciplinary consequences assigned during a sports season will carry over until they are fully completed. If a sports season ends before the consequence has been fulfilled, the student athlete must complete all remaining disciplinary requirements before participating in their next sport. We wanted them to understand that just because one season ends and they still have to run or do whatever it is the coaches set out in their sport, they have to finish that before they're able to move on. And we did do that. We just wanted writing so parents have that signed statement showing that we're expecting kids to do what's expected of them. But that's the only two changes other than what we had in there last year. We felt those were important to show we're following through with what we're saying.
Sad that we get put in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Any comments, questions, concerns? If not, I have a recommendation, I have a motion.
I move that the board approve the 26-27 SFISD athletic handbook as presented.
Motion by Chad, I have a second. Second. Second by Josh, all in favor? None opposed, motion passes. All right, let's get down to item 9, discuss and possible action on agreements with agencies for District SRO.
Okay, so I went ahead and put in the City of Fritz proposal we had brought to you a while back, and then in the Hutchinson County Sheriff's Office proposal. I did go with Mr. Garrison today to the Commissioners Court meeting. They had presented to their court the agreement. They had taken it to their lawyer just to make sure it was good. They're really just like commas and like grammar, their things they fixed, so they felt like it was a good contract. But they originally had come to us with the 80-20 proposal, and then we went back to them with a 60-40. And so he presented that this morning to Mr. Langwell, Sheriff Langwell, and the county commissioners agreed on a 70-30 agreement. So that's what the proposal they came back with, is a 70-30. When I looked through the contract, the only thing in here, which I called Mr. Langwell a little bit ago, their term, it's on section 12, the term is it will start October 12th, or October 1st, 2026. He explained that's just because that's their fiscal year start, but he said that doesn't mean they won't start working with us and having an officer ready. They just won't have funding for the position until October 1st, and so we'll be responsible for coming up with the funding just through that date. And then once that date gets here, they'll have the funding to help. So we'll have to just kind of tweak on how we get all that taken care of, but the agreement is set. He feels pretty confident on managing the agreement, managing officers. He'll have officers, he'll have backup officers. He's pretty excited about the possibility of having this agreement with the city for an SRO. He would like it to go ahead and get done so we can get someone hired and in place and get everything ready, get the training, make sure our trainings are good. And I did throw in the City of Fritch agreement as well. I emailed the city and let them know I was putting this back out there, and I told them that this county was going to go for a 60-40. We're looking at that, asked if she think the city would be interested in that. I want to give her full, transparency with what we're doing, let her know that she could do that as well, and I never heard back from her. So anyway, that's where we're at. We're pretty excited about the thought. Langwell did say today that there's a lot more requirements that's been put on the county for schools, working with schools. A lot of the things they're having to do now, they have to do tabletop exercises, trainings, they're being required. He said, so having someone actually in the school district will be a helpful and an advantage for them as well.
Okay.
So the sheriff's department is $12,000 more a year for us.
Yeah, I mean, they're more expensive, they pay more. They pay their officers more. When we originally talked to him, they pay more, but they're able to retain their staff longer. And so I think that's one of the advantages of the higher pay for them. They also have, I think they have better benefits but he said their rotation of officers, they keep steady officers versus, yes.
Would it be more like with the sheriff's department to where if something's happening, would that SRS stay more with the school than maybe the city would have to like go somewhere else, because there's not as many officers? I mean, or is it just the same?
The county would be able to cover things better if they have more officers. City won't, I mean.
Right, to where
there's-
the city
there's
might
always
have
a risk
to
if
leave
they
us
were
and
gonna
go do something else where they might.
Well, and that's the thing too, like if we did an agreement, the city has to keep the officer here, like the sheriff will keep an officer here, but the likelihood of us having, like, say if our officer was sick, sheriff has backups that could come in, whereas the city, she told me they have reserve officers, but, I'm concerned a little bit myself because they have a spot open, so, I worry about those days because if we do this, there needs to be someone here every single day. And the county said they have officers that can cover that, whereas I'm not sure if the city does or not. I don't want to speak for them, but I feel hesitant.
I personally appreciate both of them giving us something to go off of.
Yes.
I do think, at the current moment, not, just, the city's still trying to fill a spot and everything else. I feel the county's in a good position to serve us for our needs, and the kids. I'm not saying the city's doing a great job for us
Sure.
filling in this year. We appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yes, and they've stepped up their game being in and out of buildings and,
Like I said, it's nothing personal. I just think right now the county can handle it a little better than me.
And there's nothing to say later on down the road. We may revisit,
Would we comfortably lose those drive-bys and walkthroughs and stuff the city was doing if we were to do the sheriff's office? Maybe would they back away from?
I would hope not, I would hope not. I do know that the city's expressed to me they're very, the word's not really there, but she wants to work with us and have a good partnership, and so she's been doing a lot. I mean, she's been very helpful when I reach out to her. So I would hope that she would still want to have those drive-bys, because, I'm not an officer, but, if something were to happen, their officers are going to respond to help our officers as well. So I would think they would want to be in partnership and,
or you're gonna get the Park Service.
yes.
Sheriff, highway patrol, everybody's gonna show up.
So I don't think they would stop. I can't speak for them, but I don't really think, Jessica Kay's been great, and she's been helpful, and I think she still will come by and visit. Yeah.
It's not an invitation.
No. We still want them in our buildings, and we want our kids to know them. I think the more our kids know the officers that are local, it makes that even better for our kids, and it makes them safer.
Yes.
I just think it's extra on top of what we could do with the full-time SRO. And I know Jessica Kay's workload is large right now. She's covering a lot without a lot of help.
Well, that's the deal too, if they did provide with somebody or we put them in a bind, no matter we put each other in a bind.
Right,
I agree.
yeah. And Sheriff Lane he said he will be able to hire, the commissioners have been able to offer him the ability to hire specifically, for this, and they're dedicating someone to this, and then they have the backups because they have the extra staff already.
Okay, any more discussion, any more questions? Okay, I have a recommendation for the county.
I move to approve the agreement for SRO between SFISD and Hutchinson County.
I have a motion by Logan, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trey. All in favor? None opposed, motion passes.
County commissioners.
Indeed.
I meant to give these to you guys for custom standings, part of my next day. That's me. Okay. Do y'all have enough? I need extras. I was like, I have
You
extras.
can't make up for last time.
All right, strategic planning goals. This is really just something that I've had in my head since I started, and Rusty and I talked a little bit about it. Just like, where do you guys want the district to go? And this is just a conversation about like your goals, your thoughts. This handout is actually, I went to a superintendent meeting last week at Region, and Region 16 can offer some things where they can come out. It depends on how like formal we want to do, but they can get some committees together, and they can like get the committees talking. They can get you guys talking about just what are the goals, and they can do all these different things where they can get like focus groups and all kinds of stuff. They'll even make like little books with their data, push it out to the community. They'll do logo resets, but it's just all about what is the district doing for what's our plan for the next 3 to 5 years. They'll update the mission, the vision, which, you know, we talked about with them. Like most people around here don't know our mission and vision anymore, and so it's been a while since we've had an update with that one. Anyway, it's just conversations for you guys to start thinking about what are your goals for the school, what do you want us to start focusing on as far as like what do you think the school, what direction does the school need to go, and then kind of that will give me direction to reach out to Region 16 to see where we need to get them to come in and help us. They'll develop a plan, and then get the district kind of headed that way. So I don't know if you have any like immediate thoughts, or if you want me to just like leave that with you for your thought process, and I can come back and revisit it later on what your thoughts for goals for the future are.
This is something we need to work on pretty diligently. Something we don't put off.
No, we always want to keep growing as a district, and you know, what you see and maybe even what the community sees may be something that I don't see and the admin doesn't see, but maybe start thinking about in your mind, like what are your goals for the school? Like which direction are we going to head? And that will then help us get to know kind of what groups of people to get in here and to start doing surveys with Region, and we'll have meetings and all kinds of things.
Okay.
Nothing we really had to decide, unless there's something specific you want me to write down now. I mean, but then I can add it back on later.
Everybody good? Any questions? Okay. There's no motion on that. Okay, discuss and possible action on principal certification waiver for 2026-2027 school year for Shelby Allen.
Yeah, and this is just a formality since she's still currently working on her certification. She'll be done in May of this school year, but she's working on all her classes, and we just have to have this waiver filled out, just like we did for me, Mrs. Rath, counselor. You just have to approve it.
I thought she had hers.
No.
I read this.
No,
I think she's been working on it.
she, yeah. Mhm. No, and she certainly will. She's starts her internship and all her hours in the fall, and I just filled out paperwork for that.
Any questions, concerns about that? Okay, I have a recommendation, do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the principal waiver for Shelby Allen for the 2026-2027 school year.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second? Second by Logan, all in favor? None opposed, motion passes. All right, moving on to discuss and consider board approval. Board approval of delegate and alternate to the Texas Association of School Board Delegate Assembly.
Mark out alternate. I'm not doing alternate.
Okay, no alternate.
No alternate.
Kim sent me an email here a while back that, said Tasby that's offering a $900 stipend because the schools that haven't been able to be involved in this as much. So,
And since Rusty has so much time.
So he took it for himself, $900.
It actually, yeah. No.
I told her to put me down and then we'll discuss and see who's
Yeah.
gonna really go.
Yeah.
I see it right
Sounds like
here.
Doug.
I see
So what will happen is we get reimbursed if Rusty actually shows up for the $900 to help for the cost, a little bit offset some of the cost of him going to this. It's like, basically like a big board meeting in rural school. They're trying to get rural schools to actually have a voice in this big
They used
meeting.
to do this at the convention.
Mhm.
They
And
got
it's,
to where they separated.
yeah, and it's gonna be still attached. You don't have to do it at the convention, but you can, they're still like side by side. So if
Yeah.
you wanna go to the convention, you can do that too, but we have to put it on a motion for you guys to approve Rusty to be the delegate to go to this. Or if somebody else
If
wants
somebody-
to. It's
if
in
somebody
October.
interested,
If anybody else
they're
wants
more
to
than
go.
welcome.
Volleyball, you get like, no.
Post his name on there.
Volleyball.
Here you go.
I mean, we can amend if Doug's going.
No, Doug's not coming.
Do we need to vote?
No.
I just want to see every time Rusty gets some money, I just want to hear that. I give him a hard time.
Any other questions or concerns about this item? Okay, I have a recommendation, I have a motion.
I recommend that the Board of Trustees name Rusty Ratliff as the official voting delegate and to the 2026 TASB Delegate Assembly.
I have a motion by Doug, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Stacy, all in favor? None opposed, motion passes. Okay, we'll move on to district reports. Start with the business manager.
So we should be setting at 75% of our budget. We're over in function 11, which is instruction, and deeper dive into it there is some payroll that caused us to be over. The Region 16 contracts are pretty much paid off. I think we have one more payment, so that affects the percentage, and then the student travel, all the travel that took place at the end of the year, from field trips to BPA. Those accounts have been maxed out, and so therefore the percentage, because it's at 100%, affects the overall percentage, which makes that go up. 33, which is the nurse, again, Region 16 contracts and payroll. And 36, function 36, which is the co-curricular, extracurricular payroll. And then the 6,200 will be the huddle contract, and we've already started helmet reconditioning, which has affected the percentage. And then Coach Bennett likes to move some of the excess funds from the sports that aren't in fall to cover some of the sports that start in fall. So moving those affects the percentage for that line item, shows it as 100%, which in turn affects the overall percentage for the overall function. And then again, the student travel, we've had all the sports, UIL, and band travel when they went to state and things like that, which has caused their percentages to go up. And again, moving some of the excess funds. And then function 99, which is the tax appraisal, and that is just the payment, which causes that to be over. On the revenue pie chart, you can see that our state still makes up 89% of our pie, and local is 11%. And then you can see where we're setting as far as what was budgeted to what we've actually received in the bar graph. So our local, we've received 97.12%, and the state, we've received 91.41%. The activity funds, there's not a lot of spending going on right now, other than for like cheer. So we're setting good on the activity funds. And that is it. And if y'all have any questions.
Do you know how much, I don't know, you might not, but anyway, do you know how much we ended up owing and still owed on food services, on lunch tickets that were not paid?
No, we haven't figured that out yet. I know that it was around 7,000. I don't know what's come in. We have received some donations, but I haven't seen the
Like
bottom.
4 something.
But that's donations, not people paying.
I want to say around 4, but
Wendy did have it. She said, I have these, but what if we receive payments? And I said, well, let's wait, because she usually does that in August. But I could get a number and get it sent to y'all if y'all want to see it.
Just kind of was wondering about around how.
Because it does come from the excess funds that have to be paid will come from the principal activity funds.
So when we first started asking, for people to get paid up, was it about 7 or 8,000?
Yes.
I just think later on, as a board, we need to help figure out how to just do that.
part of it too is, some people refuse to fill out that free and reduced meal application, and we know they would qualify. And then some of them build, and then we check with them, and then they fill it out, but you can't go back and backdate it, and so they don't qualify, so that, they don't have the money to pay for it.
And sometimes parents don't understand that you can fill it out at any time.
Mhm.
So if you have a life event that happens, somebody loses a job, they could come in and fill out that form and end up getting qualified. Now, we can't go back, like Ms. Searle said, and take off their charges from months prior, but moving forward, because I do know that that happened this year with a family.
Yeah, there was one family that was, almost $1,000 themselves, that the dad lost the job, didn't let anybody know, and so once we finally found out, we reached out and had him fill that out, but it was too late for the $1,000 for it.
I just think we should put our heads together and figure out something. There has to be a consequence. I mean, that's the problem. For the ones that are not doing it, there's no consequence.
Because it
How
gets
would
paid.
you push the education of it? I mean, get it out there so people understand. I mean, it's private. It's not like everybody in the world's gonna know it.
Right.
And like you're saying, get the paperwork filled out as soon as you feel like there's a need. I mean, there's a lot of things I think we could educate the public on. I'm not sure how to go about doing that.
Well, we also need to tell them that by them filling out that application, it helps funding for the school.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they qualify for that, then it raises how much we get per student as well. And it's not like you said, we're not gonna publicize it and put it out there and say, John makes this and Susan makes this. It's not. But
I think
it's just to
that's
help.
Probably a lot of why people don't want to do it.
But in years past, we have sat and explained all that. I mean, up here, we've talked to them, you have them in a, parent thing, you talk to them, and, since COVID, it just seems to be increasing worse and worse. And I know some of the ISDs around us, their numbers were way more than 7. And that's where I'm afraid every year, it's just getting bigger and bigger. And there are some ISDs that aren't doing things.
Honestly, I think it's just turning into an iPay taxes kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, they can make.
Well,
Yeah,
you
they're like, why
see
isn't
the
it
comments on Facebook saying it just should be free. You
Yeah.
should just give us lunch, but.
Free, it's free.
What are other districts?
Other districts where you don't walk, you don't go on field trips, you don't, if your family owned,
I don't think you can legally do that.
I know, that's what
I don't
they're
think you
saying.
can
I don't
really
know
do
if
that.
they can or not.
And I don't want to be the district that.
I don't want to
It's
do
in
the
trouble.
walk. I think that's horrible, but I do think if you owe over a certain amount, then maybe your kid doesn't go to the AR, or doesn't go to the pool, or doesn't go to, that's the only, and I hate to hold the kids accountable, but the parents are not doing it.
Well, we send those messages out through parents who are saying that it takes away from those things, but I don't still think you can legally hold those things. I mean, we could check into it, but I don't
Yeah.
think you can.
Well, that's though, it's like going to the swimming pool, that's a privilege, it's not a right.
Well,
The
the
kids
bad
that
thing
don't
is
get it.
you're punishing the kids. for-
I know, and that's what I say, but that's the only way the parents will do it.
The state's kind of taking that out of your hands, to what you can do, all of it, you have to do X, Y, or Z.
A lot of
You're
those,
you get in trouble for not feeding them. and then you get in trouble for punishing somebody that doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, a lot of those, we're trying to reinforce AR, for example, trying to reinforce reading as a habit, and being a good reader and understanding. And the kid works hard doing it, and we punish them because
I don't know, there's gotta be something.
We also had some staff ask if, because, you know, we put in the letter that they signed that we will take their lunch charges out each paycheck, which they've loved, because they don't have to think about it. But they asked, can we do their kids? And last year we said no. But I do know there was some staff that were on that had to get letters, and they were like, why can't we just get it taken out of our check like we do ours? So I don't know if that's something.
But there was a program for that, the parents could have a draft.
Well, there is the My School Bucks,
Right.
which charges a fee.
Oh,
You can say take $50 every month or whatever,
right.
but then it charges a fee, so they don't actually get the $50, they get the 48 whatever applied to their account.
it's just it's a flat fee, I think, for my school bucks, for each transaction. So if they just kind of pay a little bit here and there, it ends up whittling away. I think for our district, parents paid $1,700 in transaction fees.
And I did talk to the middle school and the elementary secretaries to see if it would be beneficial for them to have like a credit card machine. So if a parent comes in to get their kid, they can say, oh, by the way, you have this bill in the cafeteria, you can take care of it. And both campuses said it wouldn't because
I mean, can they still pay cash, or is it just all?
I know at high school, they do a lot of cafeteria charges on the square because kids have their credit card or mom will send their credit
Cash
card.
out, PayPal.
And again, it comes with a fee, but
Yeah.
we try to cover the fee as much as possible.
It's at a 2.97 or something, 3%.
It's almost like a 3%. Yeah.
That could add up to that $7,000.
Yeah.
So we've been looking and trying to figure, because I thought, you know, as a parent, I don't have checks, I don't have cash most of the time. I do have my debit card, so hey, I got a bill, let's pay it. But the secretaries at both campuses said parents probably wouldn't utilize that. We would be spending money for a machine.
Cash apps, something like that.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you would do that, I bet that would help, because that's what they all do.
I mean, if we offer every way possible for you to pay, there's no other way. There's just no excuse other than you just didn't pay.
And I don't
Some
know
can't
what
afford
it
it, I
takes to
understand.
set up Venmo and things like that.
Not for
Because
business.
you have to set it up through the school. You can't set it up through a person and then that person, that's just terrible business.
Right, right.
So,
I
yeah.
think once it comes to business, they charge fees too.
Yeah, it's bigger.
That's, I think if we're getting something, it's better than getting absolutely nothing. I mean, to continue the,
Maybe if they're not paying.
$6,000-7,000 a year.
Well, and I do think too, we need to do a better job on the campuses when we start seeing those bills add up before, you know, it gets to the several hundred. We need to be reaching out more and saying, are there circumstances that have changed in your life? Can I come to your house to fill out this out? I'll fill this out for you if you just sign it, you know what I mean? Instead of waiting longer. And I know they do it frequently, but we maybe need to do it more frequently and really monitor once, you know, if you see a pattern of 3 kids in a family, really
It just
adding
seems
up.
like every year it just increases and
So,
increases.
how many school days a year?
Next year we want
Not
56.
as many now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
156.
I mean, as far as this amount of money.
Oh,
You can make it free. You can raise tax rate. It'd be free.
I was just trying to figure out a daily, what's the cost of this daily, kind of on average. Yeah, 7,000, how many days is that? But anyway,
Instructional days, last year.
something like that.
Almost 200.
I don't remember that exactly, but it was around 170.
$41, $42 a day.
But yeah, I mean, y'all saw the stuff about our neighboring district, 14,000 and all the grief all over Facebook.
I know, I'm just like,
I do have a
close to
question.
get there.
If we're done, when we're done with
Sure.
it, on the district campuses activities fund, the principal activity fund at the elementary has available cash balance $25,000.
Yes. That's fundraising. That,
So the opening balance is from the year, right, beginning of the year? The 24,000,
Yes.
and then over 25, so over 1,000. Well, I'm just curious what they're stacking the money on this.
That's where they pay for like their fun in the sun
Right.
things.
she'll use it through the year, and then there are certain other programs that we don't pay for out of our funds that she'll pay for. And then teacher, like certain workbooks and, yeah.
Just curious.
She makes more money than I ever made.
I'm
And
just
she-
curious, government, you know how government works.
Right.
You get a line item, you want to get to the 100%.
Yes.
You lose.
And she used to buy the field day shirts out of it,
Yes.
so all the kids matched. But she also does like wear a hat today, kids pay $1. Those are the type of fundraisers, wear your pajamas.
And that's where you'll take the money out of that
Yes.
for the,
Yes, for the lunches.
But, yeah, they're.
I just kind of was wondering where we were gonna take it.
Mhm.
And how much was left and where we were gonna take
We can just make every Friday hat day $1.
it. And then pay for lunches that nobody will pay for.
And high school used to be more because anytime a Chromebook got
I'm trying to forget.
damaged or a charger got lost, when they paid for that, it was going into the principal activity, but we changed that last year because we felt like it shouldn't be doing that, it should be going back into the tech budget because we're having to replace those items. So that's why theirs probably went down.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you for your report. Anything else for that? Anybody have any questions? Concerns?
My federal employee in here. Asked one job not growing in my pie chart yet. Your federal one? Yeah.
For the impact grant?
Yeah.
I got some info for you.
Yeah.
I got some answers.
She didn't even give me an ugly face when she said so. That's good to get.
Well, I mean, we're making some ground. But we'll start with that. So, Mr. Garrison has done a lot of work and talked to a lot of people. I'm just gonna list some of the people he's talked to. He's currently talking with a lady at the Bureau of Reclamation. He's talked with Eric Smith. He's talked with Primlaw. He's talked with the appraisal district. He's talked with tax assessor, Pioneer Lawyer. And so we do know that the application is due June 30th. We feel like we have enough information, we can at least turn in an application. It may not have everything they need, but if we can turn something in, then they can send it back and say, we've got to fix some things and we've got till September 30th. Dwight's been helpful. Also, I know they've dug around in some county records in the basements. Mr. Garrison did go back. He talked to Richard. And we found out that some of the information we needed was in some audits from the 1960s. So we went, dug in the high school, the old file room, and pulled up an old audit from 1961, I believe, and then found some of the information. And then the lady at the Bureau of Regulation told him that schools actually used to assess taxes back in the day, which we didn't know that. And so there's some more records we're going to look for to figure out when the school actually, what the tax value was of the school assessed back when we need it. So we've got a lot more paperwork, we've got a lot more documents. He just feels like he has enough to actually fill the grant out and submit it next week. And so we are going to submit something. And then if they tell us it's not at, what they need, then we've at least got a little bit longer through September 30th. Maybe they'll give us some guidance on what's missing. And so we can reach back out to all these people that have helped us and then maybe find the missing puzzle pieces. So we're a little closer than we were a long, long time ago. he's put a lot of work into it, and we're thankful for all the people that have helped us. So we're hoping to we are turning something in next week.
Maybe they're back,
Yeah.
Well, I ain't show my age, but I remember when I was in school, the tax assessor offices and the superintendent.
Was it?
There's all together.
Yeah, well, it was very interesting looking at the audit that he got from the 1960s. It all looked like somebody had to sit with a typewriter and hand type that little thing. It was, I don't know, it was kind of neat to look at the old audits, but that has a lot of information in it that he was able to pull in the documents too. So we are turning something in. Go ahead.
There were some documents that they only hand wrote stuff. Oh Lord, we couldn't read any of it. I was like, I don't have a clue what this says. It's like somebody bought a piano. I don't know why that's in the county records. But
Yeah.
it's confusing.
So,
So that was back in the 60s.
He said he's learned a lot through all of this, looking through all of this, so I don't know, we'll see what they tell us, but excited to at least turn in an application
Yeah, that would be great.
and go from there.
A lot of work.
Yeah. So I put at the top of my little document in here the cybersecurity training that you guys have to do. It's part of one of the new Senate bills, and these are all Zooms, and I believe they're an hour long, and at the end of the hour-long Zoom, they're going to have a link in the comments for you to fill out, and you don't get your credit for it until you put your, so you have to kind of leave.
And it's one of those you
Way to go,
can't
Trey.
ask for.
Right,
Sure.
so,
We got it.
but it's the new mandated AI cybersecurity trainings that board trustees, and I have to take it, and our technology director, and then everybody else will take it next year. So you guys are the lucky ones like me that get to do it this
Just
year.
report the email officially.
And Trey and Rusty are done because
I'm just gonna send you mine from
they went to that school board workshop at WT, and that was the training.
I had a lot.
So those are the dates, and if you need help registering, let me know, but it's through Region 16. You'll just register for that, and it shouldn't charge you, but if it does, just put in your initials and it'll send us a video for that. So we did get some preliminary STAR scores. Just want to let you know that we had some decent STAR improvements on elementary and high school campus, and we're excited. We grew at both campuses. Our CCMR really is going to bump our high school up if we get. It's still all preliminary, so nothing's officially final. But we're thinking our high school is going to end up at an 89, which is really good, and that's mostly because of our CCMR. Junior high, our high school is looking at about an 82 or 83 for elementary, so that's growing a couple points at elementary school, which is very good. Junior high, not so much. Junior high actually is going to be in some sort of school improvement. Don't know what kind yet. Our 7th grade math scores killed us. Now there are some other areas that we didn't get as much student growth as we'd like, but 7th grade math scores, and I will tell you this, I don't want to just say it's our 7th grade math scores, but statewide 7th grade math scores were terrible. So I think partly it was a state issue, partly it's an issue that we have fixed, that we're going to be changing our curriculum at math at junior high as well. And then we also, I'm going to propose, I have a new teacher that on a contract for you guys later. But just want to be transparent that we're going to be in some sort of school improvement. Now, with that being said, we met with Region 16 last Thursday. And then Christy and Jennifer and I all met today. We're being proactive about our plans. We've come up with some things that are going to be non-negotiables for teachers at junior high. Because I'm not okay with the way these scores turned out. So we're going to improve, or we're not going to. We're going to improve, period. So I just wanted to be honest with you about that. And whenever we get all the final scores, we're still waiting a little bit. Science, so I hate the state how they do this. Junior high and elementary science, they haven't actually released where scores fall yet. They've released scores, but they're not telling you if they're meets, masters, or approaches yet, because they're still trying to decide those cut points. And when they decide those cut points, where the science scores fall, our science scores are average, so they're not terrible, they're average, but when the state decides where those cut points fall, that'll decide what kind of school improvement we're in at junior high. So, not happy with junior high scores, but I'm very thankful that Christy's there. She's strong, and she'll be able to help us get through that. Jennifer's got a lot of knowledge, and so we're gonna get where we need to be, but just so you know, that's what we're looking at right now. One thing any questions about that right now, STAR? And Jennifer will, once we have all the scores, she's gonna come and she's gonna do a presentation with everything, all the data for you guys, so you know exactly where we're at. And, okay, so one other thing, the principals have come to me and asked me if we could change some things for dress code, and I told them, you know, I was gonna run it by you guys to see what you thought. A couple of them already ruled out because I don't like them, but, one of the things is staff with crazy hair colors. I don't like that. I don't think it's professional. That's just my opinion. But they do want to know what you guys think about students with the, as they call them, fashion hair colors. Do we keep fighting which I pulled all the schools around us, all the handbooks, policies. Everybody still has natural hair color in all the handbooks. So if we want to continue with that, I'm good. I just need to let the principals know. We haven't had too much of an issue with that, but you do have some of the kids with the maroon hair, and we tell them they have to get it fixed.
Distraction.
The distraction is where, yeah. I do know athletes will have to have natural color hair because I know that will not be acceptable, you know. But you make the exception for only all non-athletes, or you just say all students still have natural hair? That's my personal opinion. I don't like the hair colors, but I was gonna at least throw it out to you guys because I was asked to bring it up.
It's not about liking it or not liking it, it's just distracting.
Right. So keep it the way it is, feel like? Okay. The only other thing they brought up, which we're gonna change a little bit about how we word shorts in girls, because fingertips for one is different than, and I've researched all the others, and the one I feel like is the most fair is you measure 4 inches from the knee. That helps with the shorts because of the way they're, girls are not just girls, boys too, but the way people are built. The fingertips is a harder thing to keep up with, but and I said I don't want principals going up measuring. I want to have some preset like rulers where the girls can set it, or the boys too can put them on their knee and say, okay, it does meet the gutter. Skirts, holes, shirts covering booties, all the things. But I think we could update, and I did look at several schools are wording it that way now, where it's an actual measure versus the fingertips. Because some of them were saying even like the middle knuckle of the middle finger of the, I don't want to, that's too much time wasted out of class. Is that really the right knuckle of the right finger?
I mean, honestly, if you're getting that ticky-tack, you probably just need to run a good class anyway.
Exactly. Right.
Bust ass uniforms.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. The only other thing is for staff. They wanted to know what your thoughts were. Right now, our policy says that staff can have a spacer in their nose, but they're still wearing, some of them are still wearing the actual stud. So you can see, even if it's a spacer or a stud, you can see it. I personally don't like the rings, or the nose rings, or the septum piercings. I don't think those look really very professional. I think nowadays a small stud is fine. I don't have one, but I think they look fine. If you're gonna have a spacer in there, the ring, the stud is about the same to me. But
I'll just do away with the metal in the face. Just keep them at just earrings and.
yeah, which our current policy says they can have a spacer in their nose.
Right.
No lips or anything, but I didn't know if you have any feelings one way or another about studs or.
I mean, if you're not gonna let the kids have it,
No, the kids can have it.
they can.
Mm-hmm.
They can have a nose ring then?
Mm-hmm. They can have a ring or a stud. They can have one nose piercing. I forget how it's worded, but kids can actually have. They have been able to for a few years.
You know,
I mean,
everything.
It's kind of like, you know, when we went, like, you couldn't wear tattoos, but everybody had Band-Aids covering, like, all their tattoos, you know, it's just like,
It's kind of one of them deals, like, I don't care, it don't matter to me, but I don't know how you word it and say, you know, don't have a chain hanging from your nose. Do you
right.
care?
I'll figure out a way to word it. But it is something that, it'll make some staff happy. Let them wear their actual stud versus. Okay. I just didn't want to like bring these changes in and not have like talked to y'all about it. I mean, I know ultimately,
I mean, the teachers, they're set standards. I mean, it's not like it's not fair kind of thing.
Right.
Obviously, they said that, but
mhm.
I would kind of hold them higher.
Right, right. I mean, they are held higher on some things too as far as dress code, but, you know, they don't get to wear some of the shorty shorts and things too. I mean, they have to remain professional, but I think you could wear a style and be professional still.
I mean, it's not nothing.
Right, right,
And then
Yeah.
Jameson was here.
right, okay. We'll keep the hair color the same for sure. Right?
Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's times have changed. You
Times
put a
have
smartphone in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right, last thing I have on here before we do closed session, I'm sure you can see there's, from the outside, there's lots going on, lots of projects. We have even more projects going on, especially over in that building, and I'm super excited about it. Things are looking really, really good. But I wanted to know if y'all wanted to put a facility tour on a July board meeting, that way you could actually go see some progress.
Just gonna ask that.
Yeah. I'm super excited about how junior high turned out, the fence around the high school.
You walk into high school, it looks like.
It's, in the band hall is even more, it's down to the studs. I was shocked when I went in there. I mean,
It's looking, I mean, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's very much needed. I'm super excited about it. And the tile that's going on the walls already looks so good.
Do we have a lot going on?
So far, I only have 3 things on my list, but that could always change.
A lot of times in July, we didn't.
Yeah, which we don't even have to have one. We could do one early August if y'all want to do that too. Yeah, I mean, I need to have one, the Senate Bill 12 stuff, I need that approved, because I have to submit it by September 1st, but we could do that early August, because we'll need to bring budget stuff, and then we'll need another budget, so we can do either a late July or just do it early August, whatever y'all want to do. And so we could just do a short meeting with the first ladies and employees. Yeah, and teachers come back July 27th, so that's, yeah, so I'm like, probably need to do it. Summer's good, we got this over.
It's halfway.
So that's all I have, other than closed session.
Good. Let's discuss this meeting next month. Anybody have any suggestions on dates?
I can't be here.
Leave it to them. Trying to find a calendar here.
I'm saying our admin starts back July 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Any particular day of the week, I guess, would be a question.
Let's do Tuesday, if we're not gonna do Wednesdays, because they do softball and basketball on Monday.
21st?
Works for me.
Yep. Give it plenty of time.
Yeah, because that's what I'm hoping later in July, gives them time to get more done.
So July 21st at 6 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Okay. I'll call us into closed session to discuss personnel or to hear complaints against certain personnel or public officers. Texas Government Code 551.071. Call us in at 7:30. 7:38. We have any recommendations coming out of closed session?
Yes. I make a recommendation to approve Amanda Lewis, Macy Chapman, and Malachi Dethridge for a 26-27 probationary contract for certified classroom teachers, subject to salary and assignment.
Have a recommendation, I have a motion.
I make the motion to approve Amanda Lewis, Macy Chapman, and Malachi Dethridge for the 26-27 probationary contract for certified classroom teacher, subject to salary.
Motion by Chad, I have a second.
Second.
Second by Josh. All in favor? None opposed? Motion passes.
All right, I recommend to approve Charles Valiant for a 26-27 probationary contract for dual certified classroom teacher, band director, subject to salary and assignment.
Okay, I have a recommendation, I have a motion.
Make the motion to approve Charles Valiant for the 2026-2027 probationary contract for dual certified classroom teacher, band director, subject to salary and assignment.
Motion by Logan, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Chad, all in favor? None opposed? Passes. Is that all right? All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:40. All in favor?
He said it before you